Welcome to video number 3, chapter 3, Tainted Light. Hope you guys been enjoying the videos. I enjoyed making them. They take a lot of work, so make sure to like and subscribe. Really appreciate it. Let's get into it. This chapter starts with Lita running into her room, waking us up, and telling us something's going on in East Garen. We turn on the news, see anyways, the news reporter named Volta is explaining how translucent trees have been appearing all around East Garen. The citizens are being evacuated to Crystalline Hotel, and more are even being evacuated to Route 2. Alita points out that Team Zan might have something to do with this. So, the two of us head over to East Garen to see what's going on, if there's anything we can do to stop them. We arrive at the train station at Route 2 and run into Venom's mom. She tells us that Venom stayed back in East Garen to investigate what's going on and see if there's anything she can do to stop it. She also tells us Venom's still having a rough time after Malia's death. She begs us to go help her, and so we go. We get back to the Garen City, but as soon as we get off the train, an officer of the law stops us, tells us to get back on and that we can't come off. That's when Karina, the gang leader, steps in and tells the officers that we're with her. With her help, we get into the city, and there we see exactly what's happening. Streets are blocked off by translucent trees. People are crowding at the train station trying to get out. It's terrible. And this is where something cool happens. While you're talking to Karina, if you do the Houndoom quest, she mentions it in her dialogue. Just something cool I wanted to mention. Anyways, she tells us that Venom's already down in the sewers where the source of the problem is, and that we should go help her. When we get to the sewer entrance, we find Amanda. She's there blocking the path, making sure no one gets down who's not supposed to be down there. And she doesn't even want to let us down there. She straight up just bans Alita from going down since she has 0 badges and no feats. For us, she's a bit hesitant to let us down there since we only have 2 badges. And Alita recommends we battle Amanda to prove our strength, and Amanda accepts. After beating Amanda, she agrees to let us through and gives us to cut down the trees that are in the way, and tells us to meet up with Venom, who should already be deep in the sewers. We go down by ourselves till we reach this glowing yellow door. We walk in and we're teleported to another world basically. And there we find Venom and 2 of her friends investigating the area. We make ourselves known to them, and one of Venom's friends immediately tries to battle us. But then she gets shot down by the other guy, and we kind of make fun of her for it. After laughing, Venom explains that they've been trying to get through the gate, but they can't seem to break it open, and that we should find another way through. And this is where I'm going to take the time to explain what this chapter is all about. It's basically puzzle games more than anything else. I think there's more puzzles than battles in this chapter. And so for most of them, I'm just going to cut them out. For the more fun ones, I'll explain them. But yeah, don't expect this to be the longest video in the world. So after making it through the puzzles, we make it to the front door of this mansion. We knock on the door, no one answers, and Venom, being Venom, sees an open window, and we all decide to climb through it, aka breaking and entering. Once inside the mansion, we get confronted by this long-haired looking guy who seems sort of familiar.
Something, if I could say something here. You look familiar. Joey, look at this guy's mug.
Yeah. You know, I could have sworn I've seen this guy before.
Yeah.
We explain to him what's happening with the trees coming into East Garen and everything, and why his world is here. He seems interested, but Venom almost curses him out and tells him to fix it. He gets pissed off and says no, but we refuse to leave till he does fix it. Then he introduces himself as Indrad Delio, and we introduce ourselves as Venom, Sammy, Luca, and Lenny. Luca being the girl who tried to battle us. And bro gets shook immediately. And I don't want to say it was because of me, but who else would it be? The 2 losers? And then he asks us if we know of the dual prophecies outside. And the strange part is, I don't remember reading the prophecies. I remember the prophecies from the Hidden Library. I don't remember this prophecies. And it seems like he's mentioning the prophecies of the Hidden Library. And then he says something kind of interesting. The people in the prophecies don't have to be chosen. As long as you fit the description, that's all that's required. But then when Luca asks, he doesn't say what the descriptions are. He just says it's irrelevant. It's all a bit suspicious to me. But as we refuse to leave, he decides to hold us prisoner. And then all of a sudden, maids appear right next to us and grab a hold of us. And then teleport us away. And Indrad knows something's starting. But what, we don't know. Anyways, the story cuts to this weird hypnotic illusion thingy that's spinning really fast. And then a voice calls out to us that says it's going to free us, but it wants us to answer some questions. And depending on the answer you choose, the background changes color. So if you say angry, it turns red, but since I put safe, it turns yellow. And you might be asking, what's the point of these questions? Well, my dear viewer, it all has to do with the friendship system. Notice how the nodes over people's heads, when they appear, when it's really good, when it's the best answer we've possibly given, which you probably have not seen yet, it turns golden. And when we say something they don't like Venom on the train, when we were going to rescue Malia, it turned red. That's what it means. And these questions, all around building friendship with this girl. Malia? After being awakened, the girl who set us free runs away, and we track her down to her room. And there, with our mere presence alone, convince her to rebel against her father, Indrad Delio. And it turns out her name's not Malia, it's Marinette. Similar. Wait, wasn't there a girl called Marinette earlier in the story? Anyways, Marinette tells us that we should confront Delio head on, and he'll probably most likely make a game out of this, because he likes torturing people and stuff. Weird, I know. But then Marinette joins our party. And this isn't the first time this happens to us, but it's the first time we get a message about it. The devs found it so important for us to spend time and actually get this character talking, they put a message on the screen warning us about it. So yeah, Marinette, important character. Moving on, we have Marinette intimidate some of the maids so we can get access to Delio's room, and there we confront him. We let Marinette do most of the talking while we aura farm in the corner. Marinette tells him that we decided to fight back against him, and she proposes a little game, and Delio, impressed by Marinette's courage, entertains her idea. If me and Marinette win whatever game he sets, everyone gets to leave there without any interference or anything. He'll close the portal between our two worlds, stopping the tree disaster in East Garen. And if we lose, he gets to claim ownership of everyone's soul, including Marinette's. It's really an all or nothing now. And Delio almost lightheartedly sees Marinette's mother in herself right now. And he accepts the terms. He's laid out 3 trials for us to do throughout the mansion. And at the end of each trial is either Luca, Lenny's, or Venom's soul. If we free all of them, we get to leave. Delio also says he won't interfere from this point on, and he'll be waiting anxiously to see what we can do. So, together, Marinette and ourselves set out to complete these puzzles, because that's what they are, puzzles. And now, for a small montage of said puzzles.
What's the Scooby-Doo? We're coming after you. You're gonna solve that mystery. I see you, Scooby-Doo. The trail leads back to you. What's the Scooby-Doo? What's the Scooby-Doo? We're gonna follow you. You're gonna solve that mystery. We see you, Scooby-Doo. We're coming after you. What's the Scooby-Doo? What's the Scooby-Doo? We're coming after you. You're gonna solve that mystery. I see you, Scooby-Doo. The trail leads back to you. What's the Scooby-Doo?
So, after Marinette sets us free from the last puzzle, together we go to claim Venom's spirit, but right before we take it, Marinette confesses something to us. She's the reason we're all there. She was the one who opened the portal between the worlds. She says she would just wanted someone to rescue her, to save her from Indrad and this life. That this was her last chance of escape. And now that she's seen everything that it's caused, she's sorry. And begs for forgiveness. And, of course, we forgive Marionette. Because it's Marionette. And afterwards, we free Venom. And now that we freed Luca, Lenny, and Venom, all of us can be on our way back to East Garen City, putting all this behind us. And that's when Delio appears. He congratulates us on our victory so far, and Marionette orders him to free us. But he refuses, because of course he does. He claims that Marionette wagered herself into this competition, so we still need to free her. Venom tries to threaten him into submission, but he just teleports Marionette and her away, leaving only the two of us. And, like a goat, we swing on him. Of course we get sent flying backwards, because he's basically a demigod slash wizard slash mystical dude. And as our consciousness is fading, Delio tells us to go to the double doors in the middle of his mansion, and that's where our final duel will commence. But before we get into that whole final battle thing, two things I want to talk about. First is this maid on the couch you meet after you first accept the trials and everything. Talk to this maid and defeat all the other maids that she tells you to defeat, and you could get a Bronzor. I know. He's a pretty good Pokemon, but he's really good this early in the game, I think. So all you have to do for this one is make sure, once you complete the quest and everything for this maid, you have Marionette with you and that you talk to her. Because that's the only way you can get the Bronzor when she's in this room with you. Because the way the Bronzor appears is by Marionette touching something and getting scared by it. And the second thing I want to talk to you about is this wall right here. For this one, you come to these double doors right here and you walk through them. But you have to be alone for this one. So you have to do this after the final trial and after Marionette gets separated from you. For this one, there's 3 hidden passwords around the place, around the world, area, map, whatever, around the mansion. You plug in the passwords and you walk into this door. You hear someone calling out to you, saying it's cold, so cold. And then you see a lady in front of you. You walk up to her. She asks you how long it's been. Years, decades. It's all the same. She mentions her precious friends, Vivian, Nymeria. She asks if we're enjoying her torment. Is this a price for failure? And then she asks us, do we want to feel cold too? And then she throws like ice magic at us. And then, hold up. Anyways, she asks us if we met before and to approach. She tells us her name's Andrew. At least she thinks it is. She tells us she's having trouble remembering things from her past. And she asks us a few questions. Now, it's very important. If you want to get the item I got, you have to answer the exact same items or exact same dialogues I answered. Because if not, you're going to say something that makes her mad and she'll attack you. And then maids are going to come in and restrain her and send you away. And after answering her questions, she tells us that she can't quite leave this place just yet. That she's needed here for something. In order to protect someone. She tells us to leave without her. But before we go, she gives us a pendant of hers. Now, the pendant's a good item to have since it gets you a Piplup kind of early. But you're really here for the lore and trying to find out who this lady is. Or just to meet this lady, to be honest. Because, spoiler, you will meet her again. Now, on to the final fight. And so we walk into this fight, hyped up, confident as fuck, ready to kick Delio's ass back to the overworld or wherever he's from. Look at the team, everyone's fully evolved, except for Fletchender, but that's okay. And we're ready to kick his ass. But when we walk up to the podium, it's not Thelio across from us. It's Marionette. And Thelio, the twisted psychopath he is, rigs the game. So if we win, Marionette dies. If we lose, we die. The deck is just stacked against us. There is no good outcome. Even though we're conflicted, Marionette is the one who tells us to steel our resolve. She enjoyed the time we spent together and thanks us for teaching her what it means to be brave. But now, even if it means her death, she doesn't want us to hold back in this fight. And we oblige. And so, even though having lost, Marionette can't help but smile and laugh. And she gives us a gym badge. But also, she gets a memory back too. Someone telling her not to lose hope, no matter what. And so, this almost confirms she's the Maria from the prologue. Indred, however, is nothing but disappointed. He teleports all of us into the center of the field. Marionette questions him, but he just tells her, shut up. She's nothing but a disappointment to him. He tells us that this is not just a battlefield, but an altar, and he's about to sacrifice our souls. But then this is where Marionette snaps. She thanks us for everything, but tells us she won't be able to go with him. But she also says she won't forget us. Not again. With a wave of her hands, she says goodbye, as we're all turned into orbs and sent flying away. Indred's in shock as she teleports him to the center of the battlefield. Marionette calls him the worst person ever, and then starts to glow and float in the air. She yells that she knows who she is now. She remembers who she is, and then she attacks. Meanwhile, Venom, Luca, Lenny, and ourselves wake up at the bottom of the sewers. A newscast from Volta then tells us that the trees have disappeared from East Garen and that citizens are coming back. The next day, we wake up in Venom's room, but as we're leaving her house, we run into Alita. Alita tells us that we should start heading out to Golden Leaf Town now, but that we really inspired her by stepping up and destroying the translucent trees. And that's when Venom appears. She's sad to see us go, but she understands. And she also informs us that Luca and Lenny stopped being her friends. They blame her for having their souls taken away from their body and being sealed up by demigods / psychomaniac. Anyways, Venom kind of brushes aside and asks us where we're going. We tell her we're going to Route 3, Golden Leaf Town, up to Route 4, to Akawa Town. She asks us why we're going, and when we tell her we're going to meet Saki Blakery in Akawa Town, she trips out. Apparently her and Saki have a past. Anyways, Alita and us head out to Route 3 now. See you guys in the next video.
I know this dog.
Yeah, me too.
I gotta remember, it's gonna kill me. Hold on. No, I don't know. I thought I knew.
Hey, you ever hang out down on 14th Street with a stray named Kelvin?
Yeah.